everyone. My name is Dr. Melissa Parks. I am a psychologist based in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. I'm originally from the United States, but I lived in Spain, in Madrid, for several years. And in the past year and a half, I brought my private practice to Amsterdam and actually turned it into an online practice. So I provide online counseling to individuals around the world. Today, I wanted to talk to you about a message that's so important that it's something I probably don't go a week without mentioning it to one of my clients in sessions, either introducing the metaphor to them or reminding them of it and relating it to something we're talking about in therapy. So it relates to communication styles, but communication styles also relate to our relationship with ourselves, and then, of course, how we relate to other people. So the idea of this metaphor is that you need to imagine an auditorium and a stage. And wherever there's a stage, there's also an audience and seats in the audience. So there are three different communication styles that our way of communicating tends to fall into three categories. On one end, we have aggressive communication. On the other end, passive communication. And somewhere in the middle is where the ideal place to strive for, which is assertive communication. So a lot of times people don't really know exactly what is aggressive communication? What is passive? What falls into assertive? I don't want to be aggressive, so sometimes I shy away from assertive and end up being passive. I also don't want to be passive, so then sometimes I end up going to the other extreme and being aggressive. So this is why I love this metaphor so much, because I think it makes it really clear what exactly is going on behind our communication styles, and then also helps us to understand the communication styles of other people and maybe why they're communicating in a certain way. So the way it works is with aggressive communication, people who tend to communicate aggressively are the ones who are on the stage, and they are saying, nobody else deserves to be up on the stage. The entire stage needs to be for me. Everyone else needs to sit in the audience, and that I'm the only one who gets to be up here. So something important to remember about this is that while people who are communicating aggressively, and they might be pushing people off of the stage, sometimes the reason that they're communicating aggressively is because maybe they were pushed off the stage and they've gotten sick of sitting in the audience. And so maybe they've, without meaning to even, they're trying to reclaim their space on the stage, but maybe not in a very helpful way. At the other end of the extreme is passive communication, and that would be that, so you're letting everyone else be up on the stage, and you're the one sitting in the audience, and you're, whether you mean to or not, are communicating the message to yourself that you don't deserve to have space up on the stage. So I say that because a lot of times people wind up communicating in a passive way just because they don't want to offend somebody, because it's uncomfortable to disagree, because maybe because they're worried about disappointing someone else, and then which is very understandable. Taking other people's needs into consideration is important, but if you end up stepping off of the stage, that's not helpful for your self-esteem, and it's not helpful for your level of confidence. So what I notice with a lot of my clients who are living abroad is that very often moving to a new country or culture, needing to communicate in another language, or not being able to communicate in another language can sometimes lead them to step off of the stage. And so a lot of times, sometimes the work that we're doing is just trying to help them to regain that confidence and to really reclaim their space on the stage. Reclaim that space where they're telling themselves, I deserve to have this space on this stage, and then translating that into the assertive communication that they need to continue to maintain their space on the stage. Because with assertive communication, what we're doing is we're saying everyone deserves to be up on the stage. So regardless of, we can have differing opinions, we can offend somebody, we can disappoint somebody, but the key here is that we're not pushing anybody off of the stage. So that's kind of the key there is, with what you're doing, you might be disappointing somebody, but are you pushing them off the stage? So sometimes the stage is really big. Sometimes we have to go to different sides. Sometimes we can't be near other people. We have to create kind of healthy boundaries for ourselves on the stage. So I hope that that metaphor makes sense to all of you. I'd encourage you to be thinking about where do you fall into the stage metaphor as you're moving through your personal and professional life this week. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, please do so. I hope you'll tune back again soon. Thanks. Bye.